So they'll be calling you a radical. So we're going to talk about coincidence. I'll be in the tide pools on Thursday. So we'll get the fucking work done. Somebody got to do the dirty fucking work because 333 fucking contemporary sheep shit show fucking Americanos are chasing their fucking tails, trying to find their zenith of life, comfortability. I'm going to be the next fucking Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, fucking Warren, who the fucking wannabe. It's unbelievable how lock, stock, barrel fucking media. I don't know how anyone even calls it media anymore. I don't believe anybody even watches the fucking shit. I mean, I guess Entertainment Tonight. I mean, it's pitiful. It's absolutely fucking pitiful. It's propaganda. It's criminal as hell. I mean, talk about weaponizing all of it. Print media, fucking up, down, local. I mean, I like here fucking KSL, Fox News. I mean, it's fucking pure fucking propaganda. Fucking nothing reality. The problem is this. Here's the problem. Lock, stock, barrel. The Americana fucking sheep are fucking all in. That's all they give a fuck about. They're trading in their health fucking for some creep they never met. It's fucking what? Bezos. I mean, it's fucking freak show out there. The social engineers, total fucking control. So, the fucking Fukushima fucking disaster. The environmental fucking is. Where are they? Look. What do you mean, where are they? Fucking, you gotta seek out fucking information. We're down to fucking talking on street corners like this. So, let's talk science and coincidence. Because that's what all of them have all gone in. Scientists are mystified, they're baffled, they're stumped, they're curious, they're alarmed, they're bewildered, they're shocked. Now let's talk. How do we differentiate coincidence in science? Because of course coincidence can happen. Of course it can happen. Okay, so we use computer models. We have to have fucking data. I'm a scientist. I'm a fucking biologist. Of course I had to go rogue. Use art, culture, use everything I fucking had to try. I knew when YouTube used to call themselves the Great Equalizer, I knew this was a game changer at first. Because I know that the visual genre is millions of times the written word. Write a book. Fuck, why? You know, it's been said for years and years and years and years that books don't change anything at the core. It's around the fringe, which is so fucking true. Now, there's been a couple books in history. You know, Uncle Tom's Cabin, fucking a few books that have changed the fucking world, but I could probably count them on one fucking hand. The rest is radio, goo goo, gaga. And if you're claiming to be some kind of environmentalist or some kind of activist or some kind of book writer or whatever, you're not using fucking the word Fukushima every other fucking third word. You're a fucking total fraud. It's the mother of all ecological catastrophes. And I don't do opinion. That has nothing to do with opinion. So here, let's start with coincidence. So, of course, coincidence can happen. Of course it can. It's rare. But in science, we don't do coincidence, do we? No. In fact, coincidence, mystified, baffled, stumped, curious, alarmed, bewildered, is when anybody uses that in any paper, in any print media, anything, they're just disqualifying themselves. They're not a scientist. They're actually committing fraud. So I'm a marine biologist at San Diego State University, at UCLA, at Oregon State, at Washington State, at Weber State, whatever. I'm a butcher, what's a cow? I'm a baker, what's a cake? I'm a fisherman, what's a boat? I'm a marine biologist. I'm a scientist, what's Fukushima? To tell me that 3, most likely 4 full core meltdowns, first time in human history ever happened. There's no byproduct for that. Talk about fucking. And you don't think they can cover up shit? And then we'll get back to coincidence. Okay, I want to ask every one of you. You know, our few people that fucking watch this who, you know, but at least it's in the domain. You know, we'll get 22 likes. What about the other fucking 100 and fucking, 64 people that watch this? Don't you think the CIA, the nuclear energy, the crime cult, the fucking propagandists, the paid fucking trolls, don't you think they've learned something by fucking now? And fucking switch teams? It don't give a fuck about your socioeconomic status. You're on the winning fucking team. You ain't on shit. Fucking. So, answer me this. Somebody answer me this. You know, I studied science, the number one school of business in the fucking country. Number one school biology school, in the country, which, by the way, is dead last. How can that possibly? I see that some people are protesting the fucking rate hikes that fucking Rocky Mountain Power owned by Warren. They had a picture of that scumbag Warren Buffett. How come you're not protesting these SMRs? How come you're not protesting the $1 billion that has been looted right out of your bill that's gone to New Skill? They ripped us off. How come you're not protesting Governor Cox? That fucking dirtbag. That's the worst governor in the history of fucking country. So I'm asking anybody out there, we're going clear back. We're talking 105 years. Where did Spanish flu come from? I used to ask my students all the time. Well, not fucking Spain. Why is it called Spanish flu? Spain was neutral in World War I. They were the only media reporting it. And everybody says they're fucking crazy, fucking. They covered it up. So you can't even have a conversation where Spanish. Well, just presto magic, bingo, bongo, fucking showed up. You don't think they can cover up shit? Who killed JFK? Oh, we'll know in 2013 because of the fucking Warren Commission, all the fucking CIA paperwork by law has to be out in 2013. Now, who was president in 2013? Obama. How many presidents later is that? Obama, Trump, Biden, Trump again. Trump, yeah, as soon as I become president, this is 2015, 16, I'll release the fucking warrant. Did he? No, after I read it, I said no. So really, you think there's a difference between red pill, blue pill? You think there's two teams? These fucking puppets? There ain't fucking, they're identical. Has to be from the grass fucking roots. We have no platform. We used to. Remember, they used to call it the Great Equalizer? Fucking, I knew what I was up to. Had to go rogue. What are you going to do, stay in academia? Put on your golden handcuffs and hoping Eric Schwartz fucking downloads the server and leaks it to WikiLeaks? Look what they did to fucking Julian Assange. They Ezra pounded him. And he didn't do anything. He was a fucking reporter. What they've done to the First Amendment, fuck, well, they've circled the wagon. So, but my toothpaste got out of the tube. My line, I mean, I penetrated the subconscious into people. I knew what I was using musical lyrics, fucking color, using art, everything. It was based on retention. I remember I got an email from fucking ScrewTube years ago that said, before I got hijacked by the CIA and NSA, said, you're one of the top 10, not 10%, you're one of the top 10 YouTube sites in the world on retention. Fuck, my retention was in the 90 percentile, which is unheard. You know the average YouTube fucking, because people's attention, as long as they're, do you have erectile dysfunction? You know what the average YouTube video is watched? Do you know it's fucking less than fucking 12%? So, let's get back to coincidence and the fraud of science over post March 11th, 2011. Okay, let's start off. Kevin Blanch, these are full blown out nuclear meltdowns. They're going to push this energy. It's never happened to Mayak, never happened to Santa Susana, never even happened in Chernobyl. 780,000 men entombed. Why do you think they entombed underneath it? Because China syndrome is very real. Fukushima has proven that. I named it dumb Argentina syndrome. They're going to circle the wagons. They're going to try to cover this up. So let's review. Kevin Blanch, it's going to push this energy in the Pacific Ocean. Doesn't matter if it goes into the air. It doesn't matter in the ocean. They're going to lie. They're going to lie. Barack Obama stands on the White House lawn. March 17, 2011 tells one of the greatest lies in human history. The plume is coming over us right now. Scientists tell us it's safe. No need to take precautions. I will keep you in the know what I know. The American populace has a right now, just kind of like his Lily Ledbetter freaking law. He didn't keep anybody in the know. He was flown to South America. The exact same time, Cheryl Mills, his aide, was sending out emails through their group, through the Beltway. The plume is coming over us right now. Scientists tell it is radioactive. Do not go outside. If you've been outside, take a shower, wash your clothes, take some iodine. Talk about fraud with that. It ranks right up there with Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction. Colpal full well knew that was a fucking lie. And all the so-called fucking print media go, and everybody's just okay with it. So, the coincidence. So, Kevin Blanch, this energy is going to push into the Pacific Ocean. It's going to break the fucking eco chain. This heat source in this fucking new, which I named Fuktonium right off the get, is new. It's so foreign, it's so radical, it's so crazy, it's going to fucking break the eco chain. It's going to take out the fucking plankton. It's going to cause a fucking blob. Fuck, I'm the guy that named it the blob. I'm the first guy that was reporting it. You could physically fucking see it. Maybe John Kirk up there on the fucking Canadian-United States border. And his paddle, me and him did all that work together. Of course, they all run along, And because what happens is when the soup, the milk, fucking gets broken, fucking what moves in? The invasive species, which is the lowest form of all fucking life. We call pond scum, kind of like fucking fake scientists, NOAA, EPA, all these fucking bootlickers. Fucking media that goes along, these fucking bootlickers. So, I said the first thing we'll go the starfish. The tide pools, the upper fucking California fucking tide pools will go first. Oh, fuck, was I all over it. To the point, well, it's going to give you cancer, it's going to give you cancer, it's going to give you cancer. Fucking talk about a lightning rod. Talk about a fucking vehicle. I get leukemia. The fact that I get leukemia in 2011, given 2 months to live, the fact that I go into the bone marrow test on 11/11, I mean, you can't even make that shit up. Talk about statistical fucking probability. So, I walk the entire coast, sleep, dying of cancer. Mike Lee kicks me out medicated, abusing, taking fucking advantage of me anyway. Everybody's taking advantage of me any way they can. So, I'm documenting this. Sure shit, just a wipeout. The upper California purple orchards were just carpet, just boom, gone like that. As predicted by Kevin Lynch. Fucking, so, this starfish, so they come out and all these so-called fucking fake scientists, oh, it's just wasting disease. I have hit every fucking one of them up the whole time. Can you tell me what caused wasting disease? Global warming. Okay. Global warming. So you're telling me global warming started in 2012? That's what you're saying? No, I says that's exactly what you're fucking saying. There's got to be a cause. It's like Spanish flu. What caused Spanish flu? It didn't just presto mango mongo fucking magically appear. Still no answer after all these fucking years. We're talking plus 5,000 fucking days. Okay, there's one so-called coincidence. 2012, just like Kevin Lynch predicted. Heat dome over the western United States, Kevin Lynch, is going to cause a heat dome over the western United States. It's going to cause the fucking, I named it the Great Western North American Heat Dome. Before it happened. Oh, that happened. Coincidence 2, 2011, 2012. It's going to cause fires. It's going to get into the fucking, this energy is going to get into the fucking pine needles. Pine needles hold fucking radiation from the fucking sun. This fucking energy is going to get into the, it's going to cause unforeseen fires all over the western United States to the point fucking spontaneous, which I called it a plasma gas, plutonium fires. Play back the tape, Your Honor. The greatest fires event in the history of the fucking country, bar none, nothing even fucking close. There's coincidence fucking 3. The salmon will be the smoking gun. Stillhead salmon, which don't live in the Idahos, fucking getting down with Ezra Pound in the fucking Idaho breeding grounds. They fucking live in the Pacific Ocean. Stillhead fucking salmon, which are salmon or trout or salmonoids, fucking, they live in the ocean. They go to sea 1 year. Then they come back, they're half pounders. We track them all. They'll start to collapse immediately in 2012, 2013. Then they go back for the second year life cycle. They'll start to collapse immediately. Oh boy, did they. On every said river from the Kenai clear to the Jedediah Smith, fucking some of them damn, some of them not dense. There's coincidence 4. Okay. The Chinook salmon will be the smoking gun, Kevin Lynch, because they go to sea for 5 years on average. I says they will not collapse until 2016. Record returns 2010, 2011, 2012, 13, 14. I mean, giant to the point with the tribal takeout, with the fish takeout, with the fucking, I think the Columbia had fucking recorded well over 4 million in 2015. Big, how, live cam. Off a cliff in 2016. Just, I mean, radically opposite. There's coincidence number fucking 5. Cancer rates are going to get fucking more aggressive. Cancer's going to get younger. It's going to get fucking more fucking aggressive, fucking more. Now it's being verified. Younger, more aggressive, stronger fucking cancer, especially leukemia, including Kevin Blanch's. 2012. There's coincidence number 6. Longevity is going to head south. Longevity was headed like this. We were living longer in the United States of North America. Longer. Guess when? Look it up. 2012. Sorry. There's coincidence number 7. So we're piling up on coincidence pretty fucking heavy. I mean, these are not just subtle differences. These are radical acute collapses. Now, in science, a real scientist, now you can't stay in academia. Academia is completely hijacked, 100%. Copy, paste, remember her shaved head and her glasses? She's all over TV. Look, I'm the fucking dean at Harvard. Look, I'm the dean of fucking Stanford. Stanford needs to be boarded up. Stanford is now the fucking propaganda fraud university. Bankman Fried. You know his mom and dad put up a house owned by Stanford for his bell. Elizabeth fucking Holmes. Now you got Sam Altman, his SMR. I mean, the place is an institution of fucking fraud. So is Harvard. So is fucking Yale. So Penn, fucking Wharton, they're all frauds. Weber State, total fraud. Under investigation by the CIA. So I go rogue. So I physically, think about my work on the tide pools alone. If I would have done all that work, historic fucking work up and down the second, no one would even know. Because the sheep are that fucking hypnotized in their gun. They'll believe anything that this machine. I mean, we have the hypnotized so fucking hypnotized that they're willing to give billionaires free fucking money, fucking no taxes to the very poorest fucking people, and they'll still vote for them. I mean, gone. This is the social engineer of fucking your phone, the internet. How do you overcome it? Well, you can only be hypnotized if you want to be hypnotized. So, coincidence. There's 7 I just rattled off radical. So, in science, we don't do coincidence. I'm a biologist. Now, this is important because people have it in their mind that DeGracio is some kind of scientist. Stephen Hawking, some kind of scientist. Fucking, what's his name? The science guy. That fucking fraud is some kind of scientist. Those are not scientists. By definition, they're not scientists. Quantum physicists? Well, I don't even call them quantum physicists. They're made-for-TV spin doctors. Quantum physics is not science. And that was proven by Einstein, Braun, spooky science at a distance. Entanglement. That's absolutely proven. They're philosophers. They just make shit up. Everything they talk, DeGracio, every word DeGracio says, he's a total fraud. He doesn't even know what the fuck he's talking about. He's not a scientist. He's a philosopher. Stephen Hawking was a philosopher. Fucking Bill Nye's a philosopher. They're not science. They have no field work. They have no... Look, it's like this. Here's science. Traditional, hardcore, rooted science is like Semmelweis. Any real scientist. First you hypothesize the event. Like Semmelweis did. Little invisible germs I hypothesized flying through the fucking air, and they're getting our daughter's hands in childbirth, and they're killing the women. This is a doctor from Budapest, a full-blown out MD who says, I'm going to have my doctors wash their hands. 10 fucking years. He increased fucking his life mortality by 10 fucking times. Proved it. Absolutely, unarguably proved it. Yet they still fucking blasphemy, threw him in a rubber room. It's like Claire Patterson and his lead and gasoline. He hypothesized. He knew, by the way. He knew he got lead poisoning. Yet the government fucking covered it up for the oil industry clear into the 1990s. Killed hundreds of millions of people. Cigarettes. Prayed people on the hill. So-called scientists. If that doesn't prove you, Philip Morris, fucking all of them, fucking Gladwell was popped up by them. They've got literature. They've got it all. Onto the hill. No, cigarettes don't fucking hurt you. They actually fucking good for you. Now, I want you to think about that. And these are so-called, that's fraud. That's fraud. So in science, you hypothesize. Like Semmelweis did. Kevin Blanch. These are full-blown out meltdowns. This is fucking, remember, it took me a year and a half to convince anybody was even one meltdown. And it's been outed fucking by artificial intelligence that anybody used the word Fukushima nuclear energy meltdowns was fucking kettled. His work was squashed, attack on after only one person on Earth was doing that from day one. Now remember, I did the due diligence in the #1 school business in the country. Weber State. The WADA, COG. I did the due diligence on the Mach 1, Mach 2 fucking nuclear water boilers. I knew factually they couldn't handle an 8 on the Richter scale. When I saw this was a 9, I knew they were gone. Immediately. Not on the tsunami, on the fucking... I knew that the core fraction was fucking gone and this energy was fucking out of the genie, was out for the first time in human history. Now, Chernobyl, that was one graphite reactor, nasty as fuck, that blew. And remember, Igor went in with his helicopter, got the picture, and then Ted Koppel fucking reported it fucking all those months later. But remember, 780,000 men were conscripted and entombed. What did they do at Fukushima? I know word for word what happened in the Situation Room. Now, a lot of that's been leaked out by John Holdren, who's a professor at Harvard now. I mean, if you think about that. Make it so fucking... The whole thing. They sent in 32 ships immediately to entombment on the advice of the Joint Chief of Staff, who was the Navy Admiral. Fuck, they sent him in. Who backed him out? Obama backed him out. On advice of Holdren, Rahm Emanuel, fucking David Axelrod, the nuclear energy cult, who ran that show in there. They forced fucking Nato Khan completely out and found a B and replaced him with that on this cover-up for one reason. This is the fucking greatest crimes. Hey, fuck yeah, we should have fucking tribunal. The reason not to stop panic, the reason was to protect the nuclear energy industry. They knew if this fucking truth was told, they're over. Now think about that, or what they're willing to sacrifice. Barry Antoinette let them eat. Who knew I was really good at killing people? The guy who won the Nobel fucking Prize. I mean, why is he not forced to give that back? What a fucking fraud. The USS Reagan was right there. They sent it in and nuked their own men, which are dropping like flies. You see any media reporting the deaths of these fucking sailors, which is happening fucking... Well, you got Kevin Lynch. So, coincidence. Obama backs them out. They don't do shit. You know, I thought, well, the world would descend on this fucking, you know, no, it was completely back. This is the greatest crime in human fucking history, bar none, to cover up the Fukushima disaster. So, back to a coincidence. So, we have 7 sets. So, in science, we use regressionary models. We use computer models after we can gather the data. First, you hypothesize that these are full-blown out meltdowns. It's going to break the chain. I rattled off all my said subjects that it's going to happen. You can't be afraid to be wrong. You can't be afraid to be right in your hypothesis. Then you have to do field work. You know, like I said, now the scientists have come out, 75 fucking biologists have finally agreed with Kevin Lynch. There's some more coincidence. My Graywell work, as it happened. Remember, I did it as it happened. This is going to cause a starvation in the plankton feeders. These wells are going to start washing up fucking dead. Play back the tape here. To the point that Noah calls it an acute mortality event. Now, I was walking the coast of California, dying of cancer, sleep to sleep. I had a little flip camera in those days. I'd have to plug it into a hard drive. So the camera was dead most of the time because I'd have to get to a California thing, plug it into a hard drive in public libraries. I was stuck. And so I'd see Noah out there. You know, in the middle of the night, they had a black ops operation where they would come in and pick up the debris from Fukushima. They had these fucking detectors they were putting under our... I'd try to video them, they'd take them down, blah, 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 blah. The weather balloons out here, fuck, I videoed all those that they had up, you know. And so Noah, to my face, I'd say, hey, what's the radiation level? Not our job. This is what Noah would tell me over and over and over. Noah, now what is Noah's down? Ocean? Everybody, not our job. Now, we know RadNet. Now, here's another major coincidence. RadNet, the radiation detecting network in the United States, which we have dishes all over on universities everywhere. And it's a website you can go out and look at and see the radiation level. Now, you think that's a coincidence that was taken off March 11, 2012? It just taken off line crashed. Gina McCarthy was head of RadNet and then made the climate czar. The milk study that was coming out of fucking Berkeley, there was a professor doing that. I was talking to him, whatever, and he got squashed down. Anybody that was fucking taking this on. The greatest PhD opportunity in human history, and one person on Earth took it. One person. So all this coincidence, now the 75 biologists come out all these years later and says, yes, Kevin Lynch was right. Fucking the Wells starvation was a starvation event that started in 2012, an acute radical in the Greys and the humpbacks. Everything that had Kevin Lynch hypothesis and did the field work on is being verified every fucking day now. We know this to be an acute outlier. We know that the Great Pacific Genocide is very, very fucking real. Kevin Lynch's fucking work is being proven now. Now, I can't even talk where I think the Demic came from, but, you know, that's another hypothesis. That's what the salmon looked like before. We know they're cinny, they're sucked up, fucking all this historic fucking work. This is the greatest PhD in human history. So, we've taken out, we're going to chalk this all up to coincidence. These are radical collapses. This isn't some just salmon, 2011. Well, starvation, fucking event, heat dome of the West Side, the fire. I mean, these are radical fucking to where we have the data now. We have 13 years now. We have the salmon data on the stillhead. We have the salmon data on the Chinook. To the point that the Kenai, now remember most rivers 3-4 years ago stopped all fishing. They stopped out tribal takeout. They take out commercial fishing. They stopped the takeout. And because of this catastrophe, this collapse, dying at sea. Yet these numbers are so radically off of fucking cliffs that the Kenai had less than 10,000 for the year. The Kenai. There's no dams on the Kenai. Dying at fucking sea. Yeah, fuck. Just 90-something% collapse. The Klamath and the Jedediah Smith right next to each other. Fucking Klamath dams. Jedediah Smith, no dams. Both down 97%, 26. Now, Klamath has recently tore out the dams. But, so, they're dying at sea. So all Kevin Blanch says, we have all the data now. We have fucking 13 years of fucking data. So we use computer models. You plug the data, whether it be the gray whale, the humpback whale, the fucking Upper California purple urchins, the fucking starfish fucking wasting disease fucking data, the fucking heat dome over the Western United States fucking data, the fucking fire event over the direct fucking from the fire event data. You know, all these, we have the Mears, the seabird data. We have the fact that the orcas have moved out of their domain and spent their summer chasing full-blown out humpbacks and grays in San Francisco Bay, in Diablo Canyon Bay, in San Diego, which they live in the Bering Sea. For the first time, we have all that data. We have all this fucking data. We have the silt collapse. We have the fucking sea lion fucking collapse. We have all this fucking data. So we can plug in fucking computer models. Every single fucking one of these models will fucking show that some kind of radical, crazy event, unarguable science, gilded in gold, casting like Semmelweis washing his fucking hand, unarguable data. We know something radical, crazy happened to the fucking Pacific Ocean in 2011. It's unarguable. I was talking to a guy from Alaska here a few months ago, I ran into, and he says, yeah, I go watch the fucking the grays and the humpbacks and the fucking orcas in the Bering Sea all summer. I've born and raised, lived in Alaska my whole life. And he says, we were talking about this. And he says, it's unarguable. You're right, Blanche. He says, yeah, absolutely unarguable. Something radically fucking changed in 2011, 2012. They're not there. And I'm like, so we don't do coincidence. I don't do opinions. So we have to start looking for the culprit. It's unarguable. We know factually something radical happened in 2011. We don't do fucking coincidence. So there's only a possible couple scenarios to this magnitude. One, a fucking big meteor hit fucking the Pacific Ocean. Would that do it? Yeah, very possibly. Could fucking exact. Oh, hell yes. Did it? No, we know that's ruled out. Didn't happen. Did an underground volcano serious to the one Krakatoa formed in 580 or whatever year that was, it formed a giant underground volcano that erupted so massive and so they coated a black soot over the fucking earth and blocked out the fucking sun. Did that happen? No, we know for a fact. What are the other possible? Global warming. We know global warming was going like this since Operation Paperclip, since we turned the country over to the auto industry. Remember, we had streetcars everywhere. Post the war to end all fucking wars. Fucking, we know that fucking cars have increased many thousands of percent. Fucking, so we know, ask Claire Patterson and his lead and gasoline. Look, we know that global warming started clear back then. You can draw a line in North America, it's land like this. We know in 2011, 2012, it spiked radically. We know this. It's unarguable fucking science. We know there had to be a trigger. We know, because guess what? Nuclear meltdowns. Now, Kevin Blanch's hypothesis, these nuclear core meltdowns, because they never happened before, bringing star power to Earth, Livermore, California. That's their logo. Oh, they did it. My hypothesis, not on the exchange, when water's running over, it fucking boils the water, turns the steam. I'm talking about the core meltdown. How hot are they? Burrowed in. We know this because TEPCO's come out. Lake Barrett's got that line. Robin Manuel's got that pole. Let's head down to that Fukushima fishing hole. 0.07 grams, that's not the course. They still haven't only got 0.07 fucking grams out of 880 fucking tons of melted fucking spent fuel and melted fuel. That's what they're talking about. The course, they can't get near them. They don't know where they're at. Leslie stalled Lake Barrett on day 2869. Remember, Lake Barrett's running the fucking cover up of Fukushima. The same guy that did 3 Mile Island. That's unarguable. On 60 Minutes on day 2816. Lake Barrett to Leslie Stahl. Leslie Stahl to Lake Barrett at the mock-up. They're supposedly there. So you're telling me these are full core meltdowns? Yep. Lake Barrett, yeah, they're full core meltdowns. Well, my God, this is like going to the moon to fix this, Leslie Stahl to Lake Barrett. Lake Barrett to Leslie Stahl. Way bigger than that. This has never happened before. Now remember, this has never happened before. This has never happened before. So obviously, by definition, an event that's never happened before is going to create, for every action, there's a reaction going to create a new energy, which I hypothesize a plasma and a gas like the sun, going to push into, which I named Fuktonium. And everybody laughs at everything. It's going to move in. It's going to break the fucking shit plankton. It's going to cause a fucking blob, fucking, what are you saying? And it's going to wipe out these species one after another in a chain reaction, which it did. So we run all the regressions. So the only other scenario, what about 4 full nuclear core meltdowns? You know, we'll go with their about 3, but it's most likely 4. These suns pushing in that never happened in the history of mankind. 780,000 men entombed Chernobyl. How come they didn't? So pushed into the ocean, fucking. Would that do it? Fucking A, who would do it? Are you kidding? What? We're afraid of nuclear energy meltdowns. We're afraid of nuclear energy meltdowns. We're afraid we spend billions, trillions at Google until they happen. Then we ignore them. This is the greatest PhD in human history. So I'll be back at it. Now remember, I've done this PhD, and you think about how compelling and fucking this story is. While in critical condition. Now remember the fact that I was given 2 months to live. In 2011, it's going to give I have AML de novo with a marker of 44. That's absolutely unsurvivable. Into a bone marrow transplant in fucking 2011. Fucking heavily chemo, too sick for a transplant. I came out and walked the entire coast of California, traveled all over the world while in critical condition. Kicked off Medicaid. I had $1 million worth of tests on Apple stuff. Fucking wiped out. Yeah, just that irony of it all. Mike Lee kicks me off Medicaid in 2050 while I'm in a unit. Why? I mean, think about that abuse. The chemo took out my gallbladder. They wouldn't operate on me because I was at insurance. My gallbladder ruptured, almost killed me. My heart valve fell from the chemo. Fucking going in there. They wouldn't touch me. Go see your dentist, Michael. So much pain. This entire event destroyed financially, destroyed socially, destroyed everyone. Well, I've been just in a hardcore radical fight trying to stay alive. Epic pain. Epic pain. My heart valve completely fucking failed. Open heart surgery. When the teams of the trolls, my own government can hire teams of trolls. There were dozens of Facebook pages, Reddit feeds, YouTube. I mean, a lot of them are gone now, but they're still out there. 100% with my name on it. Kevin D. Blanche. Attacking me, slandering me, calling me every name in the book while I'm doing the greatest PhD while I'm in critical felonies in all 50 states. But they got away with that. Yet Google's got the nerve to attack me and take down my videos. Think about that. What a fucking story. I mean, it's unbelievable. You cannot make it up, my place in time. So you're telling me that it's all coincidence, huh? Well, anybody who's used scientists, any print media, which is all of them, mystified, baffled, stumped, curious, they sold their souls to the nuclear energy fucking crime cults. These academians. Why do you think I went rogue? I knew that. You know, and I did the greatest PhD in human history, and I'll continue to do it. You know, so it's like in I would have never believed this part of it. It's like California, you go out to Point Loma, which used to be spectacular tide pools. It's $25 a head to get in. Lines for years. You go talk to any of the, the rangers out there, they all talk to me now. They all know, you're right, Kevin. The whole time. Same at the slough down there fucking at Imperial Beach. I talk to them, they just look at you. No, you're right. They class, but they won't go on camera with me. Same with the fucking Monterey Aquarium. Fucking, well, they were like, they're not in denial anymore, but they're like, well, they just look at you. I remember being at the Imperial Beach fucking down there fucking with the aquarium, and she's like, no, they class, and I'm talking to her, want to do videos on her. Her eyeballs are this big around. Like, they're so afraid and in shock to do anything with Kevin Blanche. Because they don't want to handle the fucking radical. They can't accept the truth because their comfortability. It's a lot of money they make. And they're all in. They sold their soul to the nuclear energy fucking devils. Lock, stock, barrel. Print media did it. EPA did it. NOAA fucking did it. Not me. Not me. It's been a hard fucking radical fucking fight. I feel so similar to Semmelweis. But I'll keep doing it. My type of work alone, me oh my Nobel Prize. And it's been hard. Sleeping in a sleeping bag at my fucking age with, I have a pacemaker now. I've been split from here to here twice. Fucking over, the horrible healthcare system we have abused me so radically. It didn't work. They did a half-ass surgery on me in 2016 after they told me to go see my dentist when my valve's complete. I'm bleeding out of my face, whatever. And I videoed it all, well documented. Just abused the fuck out of me. It's not working. You gotta go sit, and they're telling me, no, it's neuropathy to where it ruptures. And, and then you go to them and say, well, I don't want to have to sue you. Well, in the state of Utah, good luck. Fuck you. I mean, when you're telling your cardiologist it's clogged up, the valve's not working, I can throw a shoot down for fucking 3 years. 4 years, he's like, no, it's not, no, and then it ruptures, and then the new surgeon gets in and opens it, and sure as fuck, it was all clogged up, just like you said. And they can't make it right with you. Because this is the world we live in. The world we live in is us peasants versus them. And everybody thinks they're going to be them. They're going to be making, 20, 30 fucking million a year. I work for the cartel and live in a bubble with security around. Why would you want to live like that? I mean, it's become beyond class warfare. Nuclear energy is class warfare. The cover-up academia, everybody's played along. So coincidence versus reality. We have all the data. And anybody that's used the word mystified, stumped, baffled, curious, alarmed is a fucking fraud. And it's a done deal. It's a done deal, and the trolls have gone along. You've all branded yourself in fucking history for time and day. You're going to be some of the most hated people in the history of mankind. Already are. And then the print media, everybody that's gone along with this, and then like Governor Cox, yeah, we need SMRs. Who could take him seriously? I mean, these fucking just fed this narrative, these bootlickers that just go along. They branded themselves in fucking history. It's going to take time. The time we'll look back and say, fuck, this is the greatest ecological collapse of fucking acute radical in history. And look at all these fuckers that branded themselves in history and went along with it. Be like Augusta Landmeister. You're going to be the most hated people by your own grandchildren, your own fuck people are going to hate you with a fucking deep-rooted passion. I think they already do. They know that you're fucking just going along with fucking whoever writes the fucking CIA fucking narrative. Not me. So back at it, doing the historic tadpole work. It's like they go out to Point Loma and they'll look at those fucking tadpoles, deader than fuck. I mean, it's acute, wiped out dead. And you look at them and they're like, well, it was still so fun. Did you find any big California upper orcas? No, not nothing. I mean, it's deader than fuck. Yet they're all like, yeah. I found a brittle star. Oh, okay. You find any big flowering, beautiful sea anemones? No, the sea anemones are wiped out. Yeah, you're looking at fucking dead slime. It stinks. It's fucking nasty. Just can sense it and feel, but they're all in because they're hypnotized because the internet told them how to think. That's where we've got. Now get off the internet. No. Fucking have a mind of your own. There's tons of good information out there. You have to fucking filter through. And if, you're not going to be contemporized. They're not going to promote a person like Kevin Blanch, the new Semmelweis. Of course they're not. This is the greatest unarguable science in history. The Great Pacific Genocide. It's absolutely unarguable. We'll continue to document it. Kevin Blanch. I don't know why I keep saying we. Here I go again on my own. Going down the only road I've ever known. Go figure. I never believed it would turn into this. And because people are politically fucking hypnotized and dogmatic and whatever, and they can't handle the truth. They don't want the fucking truth. And it's been a long time, this fucking PA, 13 years. It's fucking not a long time. So it's not coincidence. I proved it. Absolutely unarguable. It's Fukushima. It's absolutely unarguable. The Great Pacific Genocide. Stay in tune. Me and Robin Hood stay in this fucking fight. The greatest PhD in human history. Stay in tune.